So in a previous video I made not too long ago, I talked about the ups and downs when it comes to The Boys season 5, and overall I was massively disappointed. But one thing that I was not disappointed on was when it came to Homelander's death and the way Anthony Starr portrayed Homelander without no superpowers. And I thought unanimously everyone would be in agreement that this is how Homelander should be portrayed in his final moments, but apparently not. Apparently a lot of men are like, why is he acting childish, why is he acting, arrogant and spoiled? Meanwhile, I'm thinking this has been his character this whole time. From the moment we've known Homelander since in season 1, he's been portrayed as this man-child, this person who's been wanting attention simply for existing, to the point where he gets jealous of a baby because the baby has more attention than he does. And one thing that about Homelander that has always struck me about his character is that he has always looked for a parental figure, whether that be Stan Edgar, Madeline Stairwell, Soldier Boy, who's actually his real dad, and even the Legend when he gave him that small pep talk at the end of the season. Sister Sage said it best,
which is why Homelander can't survive. That needy asshole would never give me a moment's rest.
When she said that Homelander is always emotionally dependent on people. And this is how Vought raised Homelander. Homelander was never given the chance to have a perfect childhood. He was never shown empathy or emotion, or how to deal with certain emotions like anger, jealousy, and other emotions that would be destructive with someone with that type of power. Homelander was literally made to be a product of Vought. He was never made to be anything more than that. That's why Stan Edgar said that you're just bad product. Homelander was never considered a human being. He was just a mascot for Vought. And Anthony Starr played this character so well. The moment that Homelander got depowered, you really see how pathetic and a man-child he really is. He starts begging for his life.
You owe me. All the times I could have killed you, and I didn't. I let you live.
He starts whimpering like a child.
Stop.
He starts offering him some mad things.
I'll please suck your dick, please.
Whoa, hey.
He said he'll do things that are unspeakable, all because he knows he's about to pay for the consequences of his actions. From season 1 till season 5, Homelander has done insane things, and he's done inhuman things to regular people, all because he thinks himself superior to regular people, to the point where he thinks himself to be a god. That is another thing I love about this season, is that you really see Anthony Starr play this character so well. You really see this character descend into madness and really believe his own hype. In my opinion, it shows how power corrupts an individual. When someone is given that much power and they don't have to question anything and they don't have to face the consequences of anything that they do, it leads to someone like Homelander. Train said it himself. He said that without the godlike powers, you're nothing. You have no one to love you. You have no one that likes you. People only fear Homelander because they are afraid of what he can do to them. The moment Homelander gets depowered, you can see it on the character's face immediately. He's scared that he has to finally face the consequences of his actions. He's fighting Butcher and he can't do nothing to him because Homelander's never actually had to push himself to work hard to achieve anything. The powers that he was given really just made his life very, very easy. If I had to give a critique about Homelander's death, it would be that I would wish that the writers would have allowed Homelander to live a little bit more and to experience the normal world, and the normal world experiencing a Homelander that's depowered. I would have really loved to dig into the psychological aspect of Homelander depowered. Him hating himself because he's no longer this all-powerful being. Him having to work a normal, regular 9 to 5 and people treating him like trash and he can't do nothing about it. If I'm being honest, I really wish we would have gotten one full episode of a depowered Homelander experiencing and navigating regular life. I know that Anthony Starr would have had a field day acting those moments in that episode, and I think it would have been warranted considering the fact that all of the wrong things that Homelander has done.
You stay the fuck back or I'll laser you, goddammit! I'll laser every fucking one of you!
I do this.
Now you're just another useless fucking blind guy.
I want to.
You don't want to? Why don't you show a little follow through, Chelsea? Jump.
Please, I just want to get
I'm not
down.
suggesting anymore. Jump.
So I don't want to hear no more discourse online saying that Homelander's character was done wrong and that the character assassinated him. Homelander's death was probably the best thing in this whole season. Again, my only critique was that I wish it was drawn out longer. I wish he was alive for a little bit longer so we could actually see the effect it had on his character. And I don't know about you, but it kind of changes how I view Homelander retroactively as I rewatch the show. Before Homelander's death, I thought he was super menacing and super imposing as a character. But now that I go back and rewatch it, you can tell in the first season that he's just a bully and that he's really just lucky that he has this godlike power to just bully people, knowing damn well if he didn't have these powers he would not act the same way as he acts as if he does have the powers. I think people who were expecting Homelander to act the same kind of read his character wrong in my opinion. I mean, from the moment you see Homelander, you already know what his whole deal is. You know that he's not a stand-up guy, you know that he's a coward at heart. And I know that he's a coward because of his relationship with Butcher. When you really consider the fact that Butcher had no powers majority of the time, Homelander was perfectly okay with having a rivalry with him. It's only until Butcher started to get powers, or Homelander was on the receiving end of being killed, he started to cower in fear. He only felt comfortable having a rivalry with Butcher when he knew that he was significantly stronger than him. Even when Butcher took the temp fee to give him powers temporarily, Homelander still was scared. He was running for his life. A moment that I really liked was when Homelander was saying to Butcher he'll get a shapeshifter to shapeshift into Becca. Homelander doesn't understand that Becca can't be replaced, and he doesn't understand that Butcher doesn't want that. Homelander can't understand love and empathy that Butcher had for Becca, and in that very sentence it kind of summed up Homelander's character. The fact that he thinks that he can just replace someone that Butcher loved dearly with a random shapeshifter is hilarious. I also appreciate the fact that the way that Butcher takes out Homelander is very much exactly like the comics, putting a big crowbar through my man's forehead and leaving his brains all over the desk. That was a very satisfying moment. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Were you satisfied with Homelander's death, and tell me why. But if you do like this type of content, please like, subscribe, and I hope you have a good day. I normally show my face, but I couldn't be bothered to get my recording equipment out, so you just have to deal with my voice. Alright, hope you have a good day.